Here comes Ruby. All nice and clean, and we've got a lot of potential for rain between now and our trip to the solar farm Friday. Plus, Friday's the biggest chance of rain. Not good. Hey, Striper. But nothing I can do about it personally except for, you know, show up like I said I would. And hope for the best. We've got the club tent that we can stay under, but you know, to have Ruby open and show her wings, we definitely don't want it raining. Yeah, Ruby sat for what, 2 full days, 3 days, something like that, so she's just a smidge dusty this morning. Thank you for dusting her.
You're welcome.
She looks so good.
Yes, she does.
Mr. Man is enjoying his breakfast. I'm gonna leave him be to enjoy it. Hi, Panther. Hey, bud. Hi. Good boy. Well, it's in the 50s this morning, and it's really gusty for early in the morning. This cold air mixing with the warm air is burr. It's right at 50 degrees, and Johnny and I are headed into town, and it's definitely feeling like a Monday today. And there's more new lane over here, and it's even farther back than it was when we came through here on Friday. I guess I'm quite grateful that they're not doing it while I'm actually driving through in the morning or the afternoon. They must be doing the work overnight, which I think is fantastic. Stopping at the Garner Walmart. Johnny needs some resume sleeves to hand in a paper for school. I think I'm wishing I'd brought my jacket. I kind of assumed this Walmart would have more flowers than Fuquay, but not really. It's a much bigger Walmart. Well, I guess I get to be upset. I just mowed past my car. It seemed he had just missed coming down behind Ruby, so maybe I got her out of there in the nick of time. I looked her over. She looked okay. I forgot about the rule of thumb this time of year. Don't park near any grass in any parking lots, even if it's super far away, because they will find Ruby. They will. They'll find her. I wouldn't be happy if the parking lots had 3-foot tall weeds. I'm just also not happy when they mow next to my car, especially when it's perfectly clean, but pretty much any time. When I see them before I head inside, obviously I choose not to stop that day, or I choose to park in a spot I feel like they can't come nearer. Of course, then they'll get out the blowers and they'll intentionally blow around her. I sometimes it feels like I just can't win. So that Walmart was a bust. I mean, I got a GMC Hummer Hot Wheels and one more Mustang Mach-E Matchbox, and one foam insulation thing off the clearance aisle for Dawn, and that was it. I didn't get the resume protectors. I didn't find any Tesla Hot Wheels or Matchbox or moving parts or anything. And was one other thing I looked for. Oh, they didn't have a good selection of largest plant pots or plants at all. So basically I need to go to Staples to get the resume thing probably, and I need to go to the Walmart in Fuquay to get the pot I want. And all I can say is I checked off, that store doesn't have any clearance or Hot Wheels I care about. That's all I can really say. Boy, it's clouded up. I'm headed in for a couple of chickens. I do still want to walk this morning. It's just, now's the most convenient time to run these errands. It gets so crowded in town later in the day that if I'm going to stop and walk and do this, now is good. Boy, is that pretty. It's called a Pinnacle hydrangea. It's $120 pretty though. And as much as the deer keep eating my oak leaf hydrangea, I wouldn't dare risk it no matter how much I liked it. Don did put up some fencing around the hydrangea to help save it. You gotta love springtime at the Home Depot. It's just really busy here today, but I did have help. I had a little trouble finding what I was looking for. But I got what Don wanted, so it wasn't a wasted trip. And it's 10 o'clock now. I leave to get Johnny probably at 12:15 today, so we still have time to walk. And I won't have to try to run these errands on the way home. I might still want to go into the Walmart, but probably I'll save that for Taekwondo tomorrow night. My back's bothering me a little bit today. I'm kind of having a little bit of nerve issues, so it probably would be good if I didn't tax myself too hard today, bending or stooping. Walking is good. Standing at the counter putting the Legos together is okay. And driving doesn't seem to be exacerbating it, but it's not helping it either. I wouldn't trade what I did yesterday. I just don't need to be lifting stuff or bent stooping today. It would probably be good to know my limits and rest for a day. There's a new black Y, white interior paper plate, so brand new. It's 11 a.m., but we did make it out on our morning walk.
Right.
Needed a jacket today, though. Or 2 layers at least. I guess Don's got his pullover quote-unquote jacket on. It was a hard uphill into the park today.
It is tough. It's kicking my butt a little bit.
Yeah, I thought about telling you I didn't want to take the weight vest today, but then I said, come on girl, toughen up.
Yeah.
But it was all uphill mostly from the other park, and we're feeling it right now. Walking the track will be a breeze in comparison to this incline, which is not much, but we're feeling it today. I'm surprised they're not up here mowing. Start of lap 1, baby. Hawks are keeping us company flying overhead. Today's just one of those days for me where no matter how many times I bent over to pick up stuff, I was still sore. I guess whatever muscles I used yesterday, kneeling, bending, lifting with the plants, is not the same muscles I used picking up trash and walking at the park. So I'm still not feeling as perky as normal. But it is gorgeous out here, and I'm still glad to be out here sharing time with you.
Oh, thank you, sweet pea.
We met a new person up on the track today. Scotty, recovering from spine surgery and dealing with some other things and trying to get back on track. I'm sure walking around the track will be helpful for him. I think it's good for everybody to know everybody out there. I am on my way to get Johnny. We're up into the low 60s now, and that's basically supposed to be the high today. Maybe they can surprise us and be a little wrong, and it can be in the mid to upper 60s. Oh, I'm glad to sit down though. Driving right now seems like a good idea to me. I had some coffee at the house on a quick turnaround. I'm home after picking up Johnny. All is good. It's up to a whopping 63. It was just kind of a quiet ride home today. Well, Ruby still has 128 miles, but let's plug her in and get her to back up to 90% overnight. I'm here with Tux and Marty. Tux said, please don't go inside without sitting with me for a few minutes. And then Marty was somewhere close by, I don't know where, and he came over. So I've been giving them some attention. So yes, we know it's really a closet thing, but we had it already and we don't need it.
Right.
The price is free, and it's totally, I mean, really honest, it's never going to accidentally come off of there. And I knew I was going to move my globe. So yeah. Way cool. We put it on the side because I'm less likely to bump into it and it's not affecting the cat brick camera.
Right.
You know, we have security cameras at the house and they're all for cat monitoring.
That's right.
We're going to piddle out here. So I'm going to load this up and make it heavy.
Of course you are.
And then I'm going to ask you to carry it around to the front and install it on the rail.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
There's my girl in her new fancy Italian window box. And let me tell you, it's pretty fancy. No screws. You got these adjustable, this pin. This goes in and out based on where that pin is. Locks it in there. And what's really neat is under the bottom, you can't really see it really well, but this piece right here has a detent, and it goes out and it holds the box vertical. So basically it's you install it without screws or hardware, it just gravity holds it in place in a pretty good design.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's put impatience in it.
And some Creeping Jenny, because we have so much of it, everything gets Creeping Jenny.
Yes.
I've been piddling out here, planted a few plants, put out some yard art. The cats did this yesterday. I guess there was something they wanted, a lizard, a snake. I don't know. They did that though. I did put some of my scarecrows back out, not because I really want scarecrows out in the summer, but because if I need to toss something toward the cats if they're not getting along. Those work great. Don's over here cutting some wood. He wanted to finish off the legs on these platforms for the pots, and he also was going to replace a piece of wood over here in this corner metal stand piece thing. It really wasn't meant for outside, I guess, and the piece in there disintegrated. So the other levels, thank goodness, are metal, but he's cutting a piece of wood to go there. On top of other things, right?
Right.
You didn't hear a word I said, but that's okay. It's corned beef night. Last one of the season. Last one that I had bought at Whole Foods around St. Patrick's Day. Deboned a chicken for the kitties, so it's nice to get two things cooked in the Instant Pot before having to thoroughly clean it. I am going to work on the interior for the bottom part of my building over here. I'm going to try to build this mini kitchen. JB, I don't know what the world's come to, but Donnie's out here with all the woodworking tools again. I'm impressed. I like it, and I'm the only one that matters.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart.
Well, it's just the way, it's all right. I would have preferred the fan, but I was lazy, and what happens when you're lazy is you end up with not being the weight. But this will do.
I appreciate the effort, and don't
you.
over critique it. And I'm just going to stick something in the corner over there and not have a ruined shelf anymore. Yeah. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm the only one that matters. Well, if you're happy, this matters too, but...
Well, it's pressure treated, so
it should last
forever.
Yep. Well,
there it is. I have more and more respect every day for woodworkers. I tell you, ripped up some 2x4s because that's just what I had, some little short lengths of 2x4s. And now I, of course, realized I should have did like a fan, ripped up more material, and then I could have did a different, you know, fanned out instead of like that. But the little strip saved it. That gives it a lot of strength. And I've got drywall screws into the plastic end plug. See how that's got a plastic end plug? So the drywall screw goes into that and it's holding it on both sides. And I put nails all along there, so that it's got plenty of nails. I soaked it for a few minutes, and I also used filament tape to keep it in tension as I bent it around that curve, and it worked. The first one that I just used was dry and it broke. Then I used filament tape and it broke, and so soaking it and filament tape allowed me to make the curve.
Added a wall with a door. The door opens up into the bigger area, and this is for a picture frame here, something decorative on the wall. That's for the family room side, couch, TV stuff. This is the kitchen, the smaller side, and I decided where to put this based on not putting it in the middle of the clear window. So I've had found online a kitchen. And, you know, theirs looks really similar to what I did. It drove me nuts that they had an extra... It wasn't even. I evened it up. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, this is just going to press down in there. And then that's probably all that's going to go in there. That and a person. Maybe a small bar stool, like a small kitchenette table or something.